Okay? The first universally believed in world false religion is called authority or government, call it whatever you want. It's authority. And it's a false religion, and here's what it actually is. It's not my belief about what it is, it's what it actually is. Okay? Authority is an illusion that is born out of mind control. It is based entirely in violence, and it is built upon the erroneous and dogmatic belief that some people are masters who have the moral right to issue commands, while other people are slaves who have a moral obligation to obey the masters. Now, I don't care whether you accept that or not. You could accept that or not accept it. No amount of not accepting it is ever going to make that statement untrue. That is eternal truth. Deal with it, or don't, but it's true nonetheless. Okay? Now, authority in the old world worked like this, ladies and gentlemen. It was called the Old World Order. The old, and I put order in quotes because it was nothing of the kind. It was chaos. It was chaos then. It's chaos now. As long as it goes on, it will be chaos. Okay? The old world order worked like this. There was a king at the top. Unquestioned, unchallenged rule. His word was law. He was the representative of God on the earth. No one could challenge his authority, quote unquote. This is called authority vested in one. The system is based entirely in violence, built upon the erroneous and dogmatic belief or religion that one person is the master who possesses the moral right to issue commands, while all others are subjects who have the moral obligation to obey the commands of the master. How does that differ from what we have today? Well, this is called the New World Order. And again, I put order in quotes, because it's nothing of the kind. It's slavery and chaos. Okay? What sits at the top now is called government. You've just taken this notion of authority and you've divested it into the hands of a few people who call themselves government, okay, and still claim the authority over other people to issue commands and called laws, and then they have the moral obligation to obey those laws. All right? So this is called authority vested in few. This system is based entirely in violence, built upon the erroneous and dogmatic belief or religion that a certain group of people are masters who possess the moral right to issue commands. All others are their subjects who have a moral obligation to obey them. Now, there's a little equation that's left out of here that also ties in with the word free, and that's called money. Okay, because really what rules at the top of that pyramidal structure is a combination of government authority and corporate control. That wedding, that unholy union is what's really controlling the world today. A marriage of government and corporate power. Okay? That's what the New World Order is, quote unquote order. Let's just look at how they compare the Old World Order with the king at the top. That's called, if we're being honest with ourselves and we stop euphemizing, that's called slavery ruled by one. Okay? If we stop the euphemizing. All right? The New World Order, on the other hand, is slavery ruled by few. Okay? And determined and dictated by the God called money. If we're being honest with ourselves. Most people aren't. Most people lie to themselves every day from the minute they get up until the time that they fall asleep at night. But if we're being honest with ourselves, that's what that certainly is. That's what these two systems most certainly are. Okay? The other religion that humanity has to get past and stop believing in is this concept called money, which was given to us by our enslavers, by the way. Okay? It's a belief-based system of control built upon the fear of scarcity and purposefully designed to limit access to energy. You know, this whole mind-controlled notion that money is the medium of exchange, that it's somehow the store of value, this is nonsense. It's nonsense. It's not what money is. That's not what it ever has been. It's always been a limiter, a control factor. That's all it is. And if something's controlled, it's not free. See, people think it's the flow. That's why they call it currency. It's word magic. Even in the name, it's word magic. We'll call it currency, so you will liken it to current in an electrical system, a flow of energy. Nothing of the sort. Not true at all. Okay? Then people say, oh, wait, it's the capacitance. It's the store of value, right? Like we store electricity in capacitors. No, it's not the store of value either. What is it? It's the resistance in the system. Money is the thing that stops energy from flowing freely. If we're being honest with ourselves, it's the resistance. If you're talking about DC, if you're talking about AC, it's the impedance. Okay? That's what it really is. And, the part that people don't get when it comes to freeing this technology is you got to give up the notion that you're going to be the one who owns it through the patent process. Let me tell you what the patent process is. It's a deal with the devil. It's a deal with the devil. Because you're taking that technology right to the government, right to the people who ultimately want to squash it so that they can maintain their petrodollar that they want to keep us in debt slavery to for eternity. Because this whole idea of peak oil is also a myth. And they know it. They know it. They'll keep this system running for tens of thousands of years if they can. All right? So the patent system is it's a cul-de-sac for control. That's all it is. It's getting them. How many free energy inventions do you think were killed by the patent system?
6,000.
And probably more. That's probably the ones we know about, Russell. That's right. That's right. Okay? So before people get ahead of themselves and think we're going to bring all the Tesla technology to fruition, and guess what? I'm the number one advocate of that. I'm the number one proponent of that, an enthusiast of that. I think that the world needs that above many, many other things, okay? But if we think we're going to bring Tesla's visionary technology to fruition within a state of slavery, we're lying to ourselves. We're kidding ourselves, okay? We have to stop trying to put the cart before the horse, okay? You can't put the cart before the horse, okay? People think, what the free energy movement seems to think is that Tesla technology is the horse, and it's going to bring in freedom in the cart into our culture. Freedom's riding in that cart, and Tesla technology is that horse. It's going to pull it in, and we're going to magically be free once we develop that. Well, I'm sorry to burst the bubble on that, ladies and gentlemen, but it's the other way around. It's exactly the other way around, okay? Tesla technology's in that cart, and the horse is true freedom, an understanding of what true freedom is. Living in harmony with natural law, the laws of morality, have to come first to usher in an era of true freedom, and then the Tesla technology will be pulled in. Not a moment until. There can be no free energy in an ongoing state of slavery. Slavery must be ended first before free energy can ever be manifested. Thank you. Now, what I'm really talking about here is a paradigm shift, okay? It's a paradigm shift in the mind, and the religions of money and authority have to be completely abandoned. They have to be completely abandoned before that new manifestation of free energy can occur, okay? Free energy can only manifest as a natural consequence of universal spiritual enlightenment. And that enlightenment, contrary to what many people will tell you, is, by definition, the abandonment of these false religions of authority and money. That's what enlightenment is, contrary to what the New Age movement will tell people that it is. That's what it really is, okay? And I think the key ultimately lies in the mind of each one of us, in getting out of illusory notions that we stubbornly cling on to because we believe these things are necessary. They're not necessary, they never have been necessary, they never will be necessary. These are the control system factors that ultimately hold us back from true evolutionary development, from true evolutionary progress as a species. And I think if Tesla were here today, he would tell us about the importance of freeing our minds. He would advocate that we really need to do one thing in mass as a species, if we are ever going to see his most brilliant and visionary technologies implemented, and that is this: to end slavery. When we do that, and not a moment before, we will see a new world, truly a new world born, that is a world of order and peace and prosperity, and most importantly, freedom. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for your kind attention.